Hello everyone, this is part 26 of What If Naruto Had the Ultimate Dojutsu, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and to like, to subscribe, to share, and check out the playlist, to see more comment down below. Now let's start the intro.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Join my membership, the perks are great. It's in the description. Konoha's cryptanalysis department. Shikaku walked into the department building for the analysis team and looked around. There was a bit of a stuffy feeling as he came inside. He looked around and rubbed the back of his head. Man, where is everyone? He wondered before he heard a loud crash as dust picked up in a room. He quickly walked over to the noise and looked inside the room. Shikaku covered his mouth with a small cough while he heard someone yell. Shiho, why are you so clumsy? He yelled and Shikaku saw a light blonde girl with a loose ponytail for a hairstyle. She wore a small white jacket and dark blue jeans. The girl coughed before bowing to her boss. I'm sorry sir, I fell on accident. Forgive me, she said while the man sighed while rubbing the back of his head. How you became one of our analysts I don't know. Just be careful next time with those doents, he said and she nodded. Am I interrupting something? Shikaku asked and the two turned to him. The man quickly stood to his feet and smiled. Oh Shikaku-san, I'm sorry about that. We're a little busy around here lately. What can I do for you? He asked and Shikaku held up the book that Naruto had given him. Hokage-sama want you to go over the contents of this book. I don't know why, but it seems to be very important to him, Shikaku said and Shiho adjusted her glasses. Why would Lady Tsunade need a book like that? She asked while Shikaku and our boss sweet dropped. Shiho, don't tell me that you forgot. You were there at the ceremony. You should remember that Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze was made into the Hokage a few days ago, the man said while Shiho widened her eyes. That wasn't a joke, she asked making the two face fault. They both sighed while Shikaku gave the man the book. Please look it over for him, Shikaku said and the man nodded before Shiho took the book from him. Boss, can I do this one? I might not be a cryptanalyst yet, but I can look over a book for clues. Please let me do it, Shiho said while the man sighed. He turned to Shikaku who shrugged his shoulders at the suggestion. Fine, but you and Shikaku-san are reporting to Hokage-sama about your findings, he said and Shiho nodded with a glee before running off while Shikaku rubbed his head. Shouldn't she be with a genin team or something? Shikaku asked and the middle-aged man nodded his head while rubbing his temples. Yeah. But she's always been coming here so I asked Hokage-sama to allow me to take her and she agreed. It's been about 2 months now, he said while Shikaku scratched his cheek. I see. Well I'll see you in a bit, Shikaku said as he left the room. Hokage Mansion. Naruto was currently looking over some doents that came up from some of the villages about opening up new shops around the village districts. The blonde leaned back into his chair and looked at the ceiling. He closed his eyes for a few minutes and gave a small smile, but that didn't last long as he heard Shizune come in. Naruto-kun, what are you doing? Please get back to work, Shizune said and the blonde nodded with his eyes still closed. How are the preparations coming? He asked and Shizune held up a notepad with a small nod. The place of their stay has been assigned to them and we're currently waiting for their arrival. Also we have a mission request by the doctors at the hospital. They're saying that we are running low on supplies and we need to get some. I suggest that you summon a team and send them on such a mission, Shizune said and Naruto nodded. He opened his eyes and leaned forward. Alright, I see what you mean. Is anyone still here? He asked and Shizune gave Naruto the list of all available shinobi still on command. It wasn't such a mission that needed all that much work so Naruto made it a C rank, just on the off chance that they encountered some trouble in their mission. Tell me Shizune-chan, what would you think if I changed the academy a little? Naruto asked and Shizune raised an eyebrow at his question. She tilted her head to the side a little with confusion written on her face. Is something wrong with the academy? She asked and Naruto looked out at the village. He narrowed his eyes before giving a blissful sigh. I just find it to be a little lacking in the shinobi department. I mean looking back on the missions I know we all still had a lot to learn. Things that should have been in the academy. It's nothing like it was back in the day which someone told me. I'm thinking of adding some things, he told her, and Shizune placed a finger on her chin. Like what? She asked, and Naruto sighed. Well, for one, we're going to be teaching them all how to climb trees and walk on water. They didn't do that for us in the academy, and why the hell was there a flower arranging course in it? Naruto asked, seething, and Shizune gulped. I'm not sure, Naruto-kun. It guess the civilians decided it for some reason, Shizune said, and Naruto planted his head into the table with a loud thud. This is supposed to be a dictatorship position. Why are civilians making the decisions? I'm all for taking other people's ideas, but what the hell? Naruto asked, and Shizune gulped. Well, Sarutobi-sama was the Hokage during that time, so why don't you ask him? Shizune asked while Naruto shook his head and placed his elbows on the table. Nah, Gigi is enjoying his retirement, or so I've heard, so I won't bother him with that. Has anything else come up? He asked, and Shizune shook her head. Not at the moment. Now please get the work done, she said, and Naruto sighed with a nod as he continued his work before he looked up at the ceiling. You know, if you all are going to be staring at me all the time, then please say something and stop being so damn quiet, the blonde said to all the Anbu present, making them sweet drop. Forget you guys, he said before there was a knock on his door. He sighed again and rubbed the bridge of his nose. Come in, he said, and immediately the blonde say Sasuke come into the room. The brunette handed him the scroll, and Naruto took it into his hands. Sasuke settled for a small glare at Naruto, but the brunette Uchiha didn't say anything. Naruto sighed as he looked at a doent, but he spoke to Sasuke anyway. Are you going to tell me something, or do I have to order it out of you? Naruto asked while Sasuke gave an unsettling glare. He grabbed Naruto by the collar, which immediately got him about 3 Anbu pointing their swords at his vitals, but Sasuke didn't care as he glared hard at the blonde hard. Naruto waved his hand for the Anbu to disappear, and they did so. I can accept a lot, but how the hell can I just accept what I just read? This is insane. What am I supposed to do? I hate Itachi for my family, I hate my family for try to take over Konoha. Tell me, what am I supposed to do? Sasuke asked, and Naruto rolled his eyes at the Uchiha. First of all, you are to let me go, Naruto told him, and the Uchiha did so, and the blonde slumped back into his seat before picking up some more doents. I couldn't tell you what to do. Hell, when I learned about Itachi I was skeptical also, but the file says it. Face it, Sasuke, he's not the person you thought he was. He wasn't a cold K. He was just your brother who was following his Hokage's orders. Tell me, team, what do you want to do? Naruto asked, and Sasuke turned around. He growled before Naruto heard another knock. What was this? Annoy Naruto Day or something? Come in, he said. Kakashi came through the door. He immediately took a glance at Sasuke, snarling before turning back to Naruto. Hello Naruto, enjoying the Hokage position? Kakashi asked, and Naruto moved his head back and forth slightly. I'm enjoying it. So what did you want, Kakashi-sensei? I'm sort of in the middle of a talk right now, Naruto said, and Kakashi nodded. He rubbed the back of his head and got to the point. Right, sorry about that. When you're done with Sasuke, I would like you to follow me, Hiashi-san and Inoki-san. We have something of importance that we need for you to see, Kakashi said, and Naruto moved his Hokage hat down to cover his eyes before nodding. Kakashi quickly left the scene while Naruto turned back to Sasuke. I'm pissed off, Naruto. For so long now I thought that if I killed Itachi I would avenge the clan and be happy. I should have been perfect and simple, but it's not, damn it, Sasuke yelled while the blonde made a shadow clone to do his paperwork for him. I'm even more pissed off than ever, and I don't know why, Sasuke said, and Naruto leaned against the wall. He glared at Sasuke while the Uchiha glared back. It's quite simple then. Tell me, who are you pissed off at? Naruto asked, and Sasuke gripped his head. Everyone. Well, I don't know, Sasuke said, and the blonde Rokudaime Hokage narrowed his eyes. Well, you have to be pissed off at someone. Who is it? Your family? The village? Me? For telling you this? Naruto asked, and Sasuke clenched his teeth tight. I don't know. I don't know. I love my family. I like the village. I'm glad you told me, Sasuke said, and Naruto continued on. Then you're angry at Itachi? Naruto asked, and Sasuke bit the lower half of his lip, making it be while tears fell down his face for the first time in front of anyone. He, the proud Uchiha, was on the verge of a mental breakdown, and Naruto knew it the most. He'd been that way a few times. I don't know anymore, Sasuke said, and Naruto sucked his teeth in annoyance. He had stuff to do and this was getting the blonde nowhere. Then who? Sasuke? You're mad? Both of us can tell that, so answer the question. Who are you angry at? He asked, and Sasuke charged at Naruto. He let out a punch in anger and it into the wall, but Naruto didn't flinch. I hate myself, dope. I betrayed my village just like Itachi did. I became like him in so many ways that I hated. I'm confused, damn it, what should I do? Sasuke asked, and Naruto narrowed his eyes. You do what I did, Naruto told him, and Sasuke looked the blonde in his eyes while Naruto spoke. I was angry also. I hated the village for treating me like trash. I hated it so much that I often thought about some of these people. Even when I had Sum-chan and the others around, there were still times that I wanted to lash out at the village. But I forgave the village. I can never forget it, but I won't let it hinder me and I move on. You should do the same, Naruto told him, and Sasuke narrowed his eyes at the ground. Is it that easy? He asked, and Naruto shook his head. No, you'll be in agony over it, but it's for the best. At least trust me on that as the Hokage, Naruto said, and Sasuke sighed. He closed his eyes for a few minutes while Naruto tapped his foot. Fine, but I want to see Itachi. One way or the other I'm going to pry the information out of his ear if it's the last thing I do, Sasuke said, and Naruto chuckled. Yeah, well, that's nice. However, I need to go, Naruto said as he threw on his Hokage robe before heading towards the door, but he turned around to see Sasuke next to him. What are you doing? The blonde asked, and Sasuke folded his arms. You told me to stay close to you if I wanted to see Itachi, so I will, Sasuke said, and Naruto dropped his jaw. He cursed his mouth while the Anbu snickered at their Hokage, making Naruto's eyebrow twitch. All of you do my paperwork until I return. That is an order, Naruto said, and they all stopped laughing long enough to gasp, making the blonde snicker. I'd normally tell you to not have read too much into that statement, but fine. Just stay in this room for now until I get back, Naruto said as he left the room. Sasuke narrowed his eyes with a sigh as he sat on a couch in the room. With the real Naruto, Kushina and Fu. The three were currently on a boat towards Azugakura, and Fu settled for reading a small book on advanced sealing. Man, Fu-chan, you're like a real seal master since you're so interested in the arts of fuinjutsu, Naruto told her, and Fu chuckled as she rubbed the back of her head. Ah, is that right? She asked, and Naruto shook his head at her while Kushina watched the two interact. It warmed her heart to see her son so interactive with the people she had seen. He cared about them all and didn't seem to take it for granted in the slightest. Naruto sat next to Fu, making the Nanabi Jinchuriki blush with a slight gulp. Are you alright, Fu-chan? You're beet red, Naruto told her, and Fu's blush brightened with a slight nod. I'm fine, she said, and Naruto placed his forehead to hers. Fu widened her eyes at the close contact, and Naruto narrowed his eyes into a small smile. You're cute when you're blushing, Fu-chan, Naruto said, making Fu drop her book on accident. What do you mean blushing? I'm not blushing at all, Fu tried to admit, and Naruto's smile brightened again. He quickly moved closer while Fu felt her body go stiff. Well, I have to admit that it's quite the shock that you like me. Nanabi really has quite the loud mouth, doesn't she? Naruto asked, and Fu dropped her jaw. She told you that I liked you? Fu asked in disbelief that her friend would rat her out like that, but then Naruto smiled again. No, you just did. It was more of a rumor from Nana-chan, but you confirmed it, Naruto told her, and Fu pouted at the blonde Rokudaime Hokage. Naruto, that wasn't fair, and you know it wasn't. Fu paused as Naruto quickly kissed her. She widened her eyes at his lips and their touch over hers. She could hear some of the people around her chuckling and pointing at him, but she didn't really mind. She just couldn't ignore the fact that Naruto could be kissing her. And Naruto-kun, people are watching, she said as Naruto's blonde hair mixed in with her green hair. Don't worry about them. Just concentrate your eyes on mine, he said as he kissed her again. Fu closed her eyes and softly pressed her hands to Naruto's sea while the blonde deepened the kiss. Kushina watched the two interact and shook her head. Her son was just like Minato in that respect. Naruto separated from Fu with a small smile while Fu opened her eyes. She glared into Naruto's eyes and only had one word to come out of her mouth. Wow, she said, making Naruto snicker. He brushed his hand on her cheek and scratched his cheek with his other hand. Sorry if that was sudden, but I want you to know that you mean a lot to me, Fu-chan. Do I mean a lot to you? Naruto asked, and Fu gulped with a slight nod of her head. I really do like you, Naruto. You've taught me so much. Given me a new life to live and even made me into a better shinobi than I was when I in Taki. I can't tell you how much I'm grateful to you nor how much I really love you, Fu said as she wrapped her arms around Naruto's end, making the blonde blush. Fu-chan, people are watching us, Naruto told her as he saw some of the sailors smiling with their thumbs up at him along with Kushina giggling. You're worried about that now? She asked as Kushina stood to her feet. Alright, you two, it's time to go. Save that for when you're alone, Databane, Kushina said to them both, making Naruto and Fu blush before the former helped the latter to her feet. Stop the boat please, Kushina told them, and the captain raised an eyebrow. We're still not at our destination. We're going to Kirigakure, he said, but Kushina shook her head. No, we stop here. You can continue. I know the rest of the way by foot. Naruto, Fu, come on and prepare to get wet, Kushina said as she jumped off the edge and dived into the water. Naruto and Fu glanced at each other before they jumped off the edge after her leaving the captain and his sailors confused before they saw an imperial boat. They watched it pass them while a beautiful woman and two of her associates were on it. Hey, wasn't that one of the sailors started while the captain finished. It was the Mizukage of Kiri. Man, she's hot. I wonder where she's going, he said before they continued on their voyage to Kiri. Meanwhile, obvious to who they missed, Naruto, Fu, and Kushina continued to swim underneath the water surface as Fu saw schools of fish pass by her. She marveled at the undersea world. She had never seen something so nice before, but she could definitely get used to it if given enough time. She followed Naruto and Kushina for about 10 minutes of underwater swimming, and the redhead of the group pointed upwards and everyone went to the surface. They all coughed and let the air fill their lungs. Alright, we are almost there, but just to let you know. There is a 12% chance that we'll S from the whirlpools that surround the island, Kushina said, and making Naruto and Fu gulp. She could sense their worries before Naruto spoke. Ka-chan, do you know why the whirlpools form only around where we live? Did someone cause this? Naruto asked, and Kushina shook her head. They've been here since the first ancestor of the Uzumaki. Maybe even longer than that. Why? She asked, and Naruto narrowed his eyes. He could see the heavy whirlpools of water swirling violently before he turned back to Kushina and Fu. Alright, we'll go to the island, but when we do I want the two of you to rest while I look into something, Naruto told them, making them look at him suspiciously, but they nodded. Well, I have an idea of how we can get to it anyway. So let's go it, Kushina said as she stood up on the water. Naruto and Fu did the same as Kushina told them her plan, and needless to say, they were both looking at her like she was crazy. Ka-chan, that's never going to work, Naruto told her, and Kushina snickered. That's what you think. Now then, less talking and more action, Kushina said as she closed her eyes. She focused her chakra, and a chakra chain grabbed Naruto's leg, hoisting him into the air with a yell. Kushina chuckled as she twirled the blonde around in the air before Naruto held out his hands and grabbed Fu. Get going, Databane, Kushina yelled as she threw them at the whirlpools. The two young teens yelled out their fear before Naruto s Fu's arm with his Hiraishin seal and crossed his fingers. Be careful, Fu-chan. Kage Bunshin no Jutsu, Naruto yelled as he made 3 clones. They each grabbed Fu and sent her flying past Naruto as she passed the whirlpools and into the island. Kushina watched Naruto fall before he Hiraishin ed back to her before he was swept away. Naruto grabbed Kushina's arm and the two Hiraishin ed to Fu and made it to the island where Fu was resting. Don't do that again, she said while Kushina chuckled at her. Come on, we made it, didn't we? She asked, but Fu only pouted and turned her head while Naruto chuckled at the blonde. The blonde would have been happy, but he had to go back, however Kushina stopped him. Sochi, don't go yet. Let's get this first, spend the night for a day or two, then we'll go, Kushina said, and Naruto nodded as they walked through a thicket of bushes. The 3 travelers walked together and saw a few bee on the ground. Naruto narrowed his eyes and so did Kushina. Fu stayed silent for them both and didn't say anything as they walked. Soon the 3 came up to some doors while Fu patted Naruto on the shoulder. Are you alright, Naruto-kun? Fu asked. Naruto sighed with a simple nod. He smiled as he brushed his hand on Fu's cheek. I'm fine, Fu-chan, thank you for the concern. Just a little bit shaken. Sakar-chan, what's behind those doors? Naruto asked and Kushina smiled. These are the doors to our village, but what I want you to have as the current clan head of the Uzumaki is the clan's special seal book. It has records of seals that goes back to the time of the Shodai Mizukage. Even I don't know what's in there, Kushina said, and immediately Naruto mood shot up as he grabbed Fu and swung her around with his hands on her waist. Wow, isn't that awesome, Fu-chan? I get a secret scroll filled with lots of juicy fuinjutsu, Naruto told her while Fu snickered. I'm happy for you, Naruto-kun, but could you let me down now? She asked, and Naruto immediately set her down while Fu giggled. So why am I here? Fu asked, and Naruto patted her shoulder softly. Are you kidding? When I get it, then you're going to learn from it too. It's about time that our clan had something that no one else did. This is gonna be awesome, Naruto said as Kushina gritted her teeth, but the doors wouldn't open. She cursed before Naruto closed his eyes and held out his right hand. Ka-chan, Fu-chan, stand back, Naruto said to them as they backed up. Naruto's hand cackled while he looked at the door. He quickly charged at them with a yelled. Chidori, Naruto yelled as he s the wall. Due to its old age, it didn't take long for the wall to get toppled over into a loud crash, picking up some dust, making Kushina and Fu cough while Naruto turned around. Sorry about that, but I had to get him down, he told them both, making the others nod. They all walked inside and the sight of the place was, well, quite not what Naruto was expecting. Buildings were destroyed, tons of houses were either fallen to the ground or half burned. There were some skeletons of people on the ground, making Naruto bit his lower lip. Fu gasped in shock while Kushina held her head down. Ka-chan, I promise not to get mad, but please tell me who did this, Naruto told her as Kushina looked around. Fu turned back to Kushina and the redhead sighed. Azugako had a lot of enemies who were afraid of us. Iwa, Kumo, and Kiri were some of them. They are probably the main reasons that we're gone, Kushina said, and Naruto nodded. Fu and Kushina felt his chakra flare while the Rokudaime Hokage balled his fists. He lowly growled, and just when they thought it would rampage, the blonde closed his eyes and moved his head upwards. He opened them to see the dreary-looking clouds that showed it would be raining in a few minutes. Naruto sighed as he turned to Kushina and Fu. It's all right. Let's go, but we should hurry. It's about to be dark and it's about to rain. Might be a storm, Naruto told them. As he felt his swords shaking, he grabbed them all to make sure they were all right in their sheaths as he turned to Kushina and Fu. Come on, let's go, Naruto told them, and they walked behind him as they all looked around Azugako. Land of Fire. Naruto looked down at the ground and narrowed his eyes. Around him was Genma, Hiashi, Inoiki, Kakashi, Izumo and Kotetsu. Naruto knelt to the ground and 5B. Their faces were peeled off and their innards were completely gone. Naruto seethed at the thought of something happening without his notice. For this not to even notify the Anbu was something weird. When did you say this happened? Naruto asked in a serious tone, making everyone flinch. They all glanced at each other and didn't say anything, which irritated the blonde before he turned around and showed them his serious face. When, damn it? He asked, and Genma bowed. About 5 to 6 hours ago, Hokage-sama, Genma said, and Naruto turned around. He turned to Hiashi and stood to his feet. Hiashi-san, the both of us together, Naruto told him, and Hiashi nodded. The two closed their eyes and went through their hand signs, then yelled in perfect unison. Byakugan, they said, and they quickly looked around while Naruto stared at the body. He saw signs of a residual chakra energy that went over all 5B. It was greenish glow that outlined them all, and Naruto could see a small trail going into the woods, but he saw it soon disappear. Hiashi-san, do you see anything? Naruto asked, and the Hyuga head shook his head. No, Hokage-sama. Whoever was here is long gone. We'd need an Inuzuka to help track him if the trail is this cold, Hiashi said, and Naruto knelt down to the bee. He closed his eyes and sniffed. It wasn't dignified or well-mannered, he knew that, but being around the Inuzuka a lot taught you some things. He smelled the bee before he narrowed his eyes. It won't matter now. For right now we'll go back, but I want everyone on high alert throughout the village gates. I don't know what we're dealing with her, but it isn't good, Naruto told them, making everyone nod. Izumo, Kotetsu, how long have you two been together? Naruto asked, and the two looked at each other while Naruto hurried them for an answer. Since the academy days, Naruto-sama. Why do you ask? The wondered, and Naruto narrowed his eyes. He looked back at the bee and sighed. You two are off gate duty for right now. I'm giving out this B rank mission. Search along the Land of Fire's border with Genma. Report back to me in 24 hours, even less if you find something suspicious. Understood? He asked, and the three immediately nodded as they bowed their heads. Understood, Hokage-sama, they said, and shunshined out of sight. Meanwhile, Naruto stood to his feet and turned back to everyone else. He snapped his fingers and one Anbu came to the ground. While I'd rather not cause a panic with people since the Mizukage is coming, I won't do anything until something happens, so for the time being I want the security of the village to be stepped up. Report any sightings that you see, Naruto said to him, and the Anbu vanished without a word while the blonde turned around. Let's go back to the village, Naruto told everyone as they took the bee for some analysis to the hospital. Damn it, boss, please hurry back. Something weird is going on here, the clone said in thought as they vanished from the scene. Orochimaru's base. Kobayashi sighed as he leaned on the wall. He was in the lower levels of base watching some crazy people fight it out. Right next to him watching the action was Ayakamaru, Kuromaru's former mate. The former Inuzuka head grinned as he saw the fighting going on. It looks like they're about to get it on finally, Kobayashi said while Ayaka stood to her feet. She yawned while she licked her lips. Pathetic. Like I would lose to people like that. Yeah right, this dog form is enough for that, Ayaka said while Kobayashi snickered. That's right. No one is like you, Ayaka-chan, Kobayashi said as he hugged her. Ayaka smiled as she licked his cheek with her tongue. Of course no one is like me. Who do you think I am? She asked, and Kobayashi rolled his eyes before everyone heard someone come down the stairs. It was someone that no one had seen before, his red steely eyes and his light skin. He wore a black jacket and red shirt with some Anbu pants and open-toed sandals. On his back was a medium-sized katana that was strapped down. He walked past Kobayashi before the Inuzuka glared at him. Who the hell are you and what are you doing here? Kobayashi asked, but the man ignored him. The Inuzuka twitched his eyebrow and grabbed his shoulder. Don't ignore, he didn't as he was into the wall before the man turned around. Don't touch me with your filthy hands, mortal, he said to the Inuzuka while Kobayashi stood to his feet. So what, you think you're a kami or something? He asked while the man looked up at the ceiling. It's not matter of yours. Once I find what is rightfully mine then I will leave, he said, and Kobayashi narrowed his eyes. So what are you looking for? He asked, wiping the bee from his chin. I'm looking for what's mine or what's been denied to me. I'm looking for my swords, he said, and Kobayashi snickered, making the man glare at him. Kind of stupid to be wasting your time with swords since you have one on your back, he said while the man looked at his sword in disgust. The human-made piece of steel pales in comparison to the swords I seek. Not even the greatest master of this mortal world can comprehend the powers of these swords, he said, and Kobayashi felt his interest in the subject rising. Well, no swords like that are here. So tell me who you are. You obviously have a superiority complex just like the Uchiha clan as I remember them, Kobayashi said, and the man narrowed his eyes. I find no use in you, so there is nothing more to tell you. Now begone from my presence, he said while Kobayashi's eyebrow twitched. He growled and dropped on all fours and yelled. Suga! Kobayashi yelled, and everyone watched the best fighter in the ring spiral violently at the mysterious man. The man in question closed his eyes while Kobayashi laughed. Am I too fast for you? Kobayashi asked as he neared the man only for his target to jump in the air in a backflip before he took out his sword. He uttered some words and before long Kobayashi was into the ground with a loud crash before the man landed his dismount. Ayaka widened her eyes while Kobayashi groaned. He turned around only for the tip of a sword to appear at his end. Try that again and I'll KO you. Mortals should know their place, he said while Kobayashi growled. He was about to get up before the man planted his foot into Kobayashi's stomach. Now then, who is your leader? He asked, and Kobayashi snickered. F off, he said, and the man closed his eyes. He let his foot fall back before he kicked Kobayashi into the wall, making a big dent in the wall as Kobayashi slumped to the floor. Well, whatever. When I envelop this world in darkness I will make you my own personal before I KO you, he said while Kobayashi's narrowed his eyes. Would you like me to lick your boots too? He asked, only to be across the face. That's Master Sato Saranzo to you, he said before walking off. Ayakamaru ran to Kobayashi and helped him up to his feet. Are you alright, Kobayashi? She asked, and Kobayashi stood to his feet. He rubbed his chin, which stung a little. Damn, that hits hard. Had I gone to my curse mark 2, then I would be the one kicking his A. Nonetheless, he hits hard and he smells of B. He's K someone recently, but whatever. That's it, I'm going it. I'm gonna ask Kabuto for that vial for the curse mark 3 stage. With it I might even gain the power of a cage. No one will be able to beat me, not even you, Sato Saranzo, Kobayashi said with a chuckle while blue-haired woman came up to him. Got your a kicked, huh, Kobayashi? She asked while the Inuzuka got to his feet. Shut up, Guren. I'm going to go and see Kabuto right now, Kobayashi said as he walked off before the bee on his cheek spilled off. Azugakure. Kushina brought Naruto and Fu to a small vault underneath the Azugakure mansion. It was quite a long ways down, but they finally made it and Kushina closed her eyes. On this door are 5 seals, each representing a rank of Fuinjutsu. There is the beginner, adept, experienced, mentor, and master. Each seal is made with certain steps left out and you must fill in the correct thing or it will fail. So far only 2 people have ever gotten this right. Mito Barkan and myself, Kushina said, and Naruto grinned. Well, there's about to be 4 in that group. Right, Fu-chan? Naruto asked and Fu nodded with a smile. Alright, then you can start. I'll take out the easy one for both of you, Kushina said as she looked at the top of the wall. Storage seal, it said, and Kushina looked over the seal. She took out an ink pen and drew on the paper in front of her. She added a small line, a vertex angle and a small circle. The paper glowed, then settled as the door to the vault slightly opened. Your turn, guys, Kushina told them, making Naruto and Fu nod. They could all hear the horrid storm outside raging about outside, and so the 2 Jinchuriki decided to hurry up so that they could go back. Alright, time for the adept seal. Fu-chan, why don't you go first? Naruto asked her and Fu nodded. She walked up to the seal and looked at it. Explosion seal, she said to herself and smiled as she wrote the missing pieces. She drew a circle around the already available pieces. After the circle came a small S across, then one left and right. A straight line down the middle. She doubted that she was a master Fuinjutsu user yet, but she could still be happy with her progress. Fu wrote some small words and finished. Done, she said, and the seal glowed whole. The door opened more slightly. Nice one, Fu-chan, now it's my turn, Naruto said as he looked at the experienced seal. Seal for fire techniques, Naruto said, and quickly he wrote down the appropriate pieces, which was nothing too hard, he figured. He quickly finished and the seal glowed while the door opened. He sighed and Fu took his place for the mentor seal. A chakra restriction cancellation seal complete with a reverse trigram seal. Damn, that's a tough one, Fu said as she took out a chakra restriction seal paper. She quickly wrote a small cancellation over it, but at the same time doing the workings for a reverse trigram seal that the wall asked for. It took her some time, but the Nanabi Jinchuriki finished and the seal glowed while opening the door. Excellent, both of you. Just one more and that book is ours, Kushina said, and Naruto walked forward. He looked at the wall, but it was blank. He narrowed his eyes and turned around. There is nothing on the wall, Ka-chan, how am I supposed to do this? Naruto asked, but Kushina continued to smile and said nothing. Naruto sighed and turned around. It was blank. What was he supposed to write? He sighed as he sat down and thought it over. It had been over an hour and Kushina chuckled at Naruto, racking his brain to figure out the answer. She slowly stepped forward and patted him on the shoulder. Calm down, Sochi, you'll get it soon enough, but I'll give you a hint. Naruto-kun, what are you? Kushina asked, and Naruto raised an eyebrow while Kushina stepped back. What was he? He was a lot of things. He was a shinobi, a Jinchuriki, the Hokage of Konoha, a Tokubutsu Jonin. There were so many things that he was, so what could that be? Naruto closed his eyes and thought it all over. The previous seals, the trip to Azugakure, his sealing abilities, and it all had to do with this test. Soon Naruto quickly opened his eyes and smiled as he stood to his feet. Kushina smiled and so did Fu as Naruto took out a piece of paper. I am an Uzumaki. You want an Uzumaki Fuinjutsu seal, Naruto said as he wrote on the paper. He wrote the kanji for his last name, then he wrote a small signature seal on top of it. He quickly set it down and the seal glowed and the door immediately opened. Naruto walked inside and there was a small pedestal. On it was a book called Uzumaki Fuinjutsu, Hidden Scroll of Sealing. Naruto gazed on it and picked the book up. Instantly a note fell out and he picked it up. Dear Uzumaki clansman, you have proven yourself worthy to carry the Uzumaki name. We are the proud clan of Fuinjutsu. All the things that the world feared about us is in this book. Use this book to reclaim the glory of the Uzumaki. Never waver, never falter. Keep your head held high and never take your power for granted. That is not the Uzumaki way. Unite all our hidden clansmen and make sure that they know of the power of the Uzumaki. Become a reckoning force in the eyes of the world around you. Shodai Mizukage. Naruto grinned as he closed his eyes. He turned to the two women behind him and smiled. He quickly grabbed Fu and Kushina. We did it, you guys. This is the best I could ever ask for. I can't believe that we got it. Thank you so much for this, Naruto told them, making Fu and Kushina chuckle. I'm happy to do it, Naruto-kun, Fu said, and Kushina agreed with him. Well then, now that that's done, we can get out of here before the rain comes in on us. Now let's go to sleep and we'll go to Konoha tomorrow with plenty of time to spare, Kushina said, and the two Fuinjutsu users agreed with her. Kushina guided them from the Azugakure mansion and towards one of the house that wasn't burned. It was a still-standing structure and the rooms seemed to be in decent shape for a good night's rest. Well then, I guess I'll take this room and see you two tomorrow. Good night, Kushina said, and Naruto and Fu waved goodbye to her. The two could hear the storm raging outside and Fu slightly flinched before hugging Naruto, making the blonde look at her with concern. Are you alright, Fu-chan? Naruto asked, and Fu nodded with a nervous chuckle. Why yeah, I'm fine, she said before thunder rolled through the village, making Fu tighten her grip on Naruto's clothes while she buried her face into his jacket. Fu-chan, are you scared of lightning and thunder? Naruto asked, and Fu slightly gulped with a nod. She was so pathetic. How could she be scared of such a thing? It was so weird. Only nature types. Ones made by shinobi and the like I have no problem with, but I just don't like lightning, Fu said as it rolled again, making her jump. Naruto chuckled at his other student, making her pout. It's not funny, she said, and Naruto nodded. Naruto flicked on the light switch and surprisingly there was some electricity, but Naruto knew that with how old the place was then it would go out in another 4 or 5 hours, if not the next 4 or 5 minutes. Why are you scared of lightning? He asked as he got out of his day clothes. He kept his t-shirt on along with his boxes, making Fu blush wildly. Granted, she had seen him in his boxes before since she had been living in his house as one of his clansmen, but she wanted to be a true clansman. Once who would serve him, protect him and even love him more. Fu quickly got out of the bed, making Naruto raise an eyebrow before she left. She grabbed something from her backpack and continued out the door. Did I do something? Naruto wondered, and after a few minutes, Fu came through the door in a dark green kimono. She wore a small flower in her hair and she carried a small box. Naruto looked at her in awe for a little while. Fu-chan? He asked, and Fu got to her knees and bowed to Naruto, making the blonde widen his eyes. Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, I, Fu, would like to officially join your clan. I appreciate everything that you have done for me. The kindness, the teachings and the love. I promise to use my gifts, abilities and talents all for the Uzumaki Namikaze clan. As for my loyalty, I present you with this, Fu said, placing the small box forward. Naruto gratefully accepted the box and opened it. Inside the box was a simple scroll. The blonde unfurled it and inside there was a large seal. He unsealed it and what came out was a jeweled kunai. It was endowed with plenty of rubies, sapphires, emeralds and other jewels. Naruto gazed on it and turned to Fu. I found it during my travels. I found it to be beautiful and so I kept it. It was my most prized possession and I'd like you to have it, Naruto-kun, Fu said to him, and the blonde gently smiled. He gently patted Fu's shoulder and nodded. Thank you, Fu-chan. My clan has more than enough room to have you. Welcome to the Uzumaki Namikaze clan, Naruto told her, and Fu smiled with a nod. Few hours later. I hope there is something there or I'm really going to S for this, Naruto said to himself. He trudged through the dense forested area before he felt a gale of wind him in the face. He added chakra to his feet as he slid along the ground before he huffed. Damn it, Naruto said as he took out his wind sword. He made it glow before he yelled. Case Kazoo, wind C, Naruto yelled as he made a giant S break the wind before he started running. After about half an hour, he ended back at the ocean and saw the waves hitting the beach violently. He also saw the violent whirlpools raging even more in front of him. He gulped as he wondered if this was really worth S4, but then again what the hell did he know? I knew you were going to do something insane again, Kyubi suddenly said, making Naruto jump. Way to say hello, Kyubi-chan, Naruto told her, and Kyubi rolled her eyes at his statement. How are things over there? Naruto asked, and Kyubi scratched her cheek. Well, they could be better. Trust me that you will know when your clone dispels, Kyubi said, and Naruto was almost too scared to ask. Well, I'm going, I'll see you soon, Naruto told her, and Kyubi smirked. I really hope. 'Cause I do worry about you, she said, and quickly left. Naruto sighed as he looked at the raging ocean. In every corner of his head this was insane, but he had to do it. Naruto crossed his fingers and grinned. Kage Bunshin no Jutsu, he yelled, and quickly about 30 clones came to existence. They all grabbed each other's legs and swirled around before sending the blonde into the air. Naruto was raised high above the whirlpools and held out his hand to form the Rasengan. He quickly dashed down and S directly into the savage waters. Due to his Rasengan, Naruto traveled through the waters at a fast pace under the whirlpools. He looked underneath the water before he felt the pressure getting to him. He slightly winced before he began to swim. He looked around the water and cursed. The whirlpools were directly above him and he was losing air and fast. He could feel the need for air rising as he continued swimming. Soon it became too much as the blonde shot for the surface. He coughed when he emerged, but the waves were crushing him with their size as they sent him back under. He coughed again and emerged as he found his bearings. He still saw the island, and so that was good to him. Tougher than I thought, he said before he dived again and made a Kage Bunshin. It grabbed him and threw him through the waters as he looked around. Naruto mentally cursed his luck before he saw something shining. It was edged in the rocks below right underneath the largest whirlpool. He quickly swam to it and glared hard. He saw a small handle and quickly took hold of it. He pulled on the handle before he cursed. He pulled and pulled, but it was wedged. Naruto cursed again as he covered his mouth. He held out his hand and narrowed his eyes. Rasengan, he yelled out mentally, and the rocks crushing them to pieces as he pulled out what seemed to be a sword. He gasped only for the waters to quickly rush at him, swirling him around like a small toy before they quickly pushed him out of the sea. The blonde backflipped and landed on the sand before he dropped to his legs in exhaustion. He looked at the sword and found it to be the same length as his others. He smiled at its blue sapphire-ish color and gripped the handle. A small amount of water swirled around it and the blonde smiled. Welcome to the family, sword that embodies water, Naruto said before got to his feet and walked off only to hear a voice. Please, coming, soon. Already, here. Must protect or, destruction. 1. More. Find. Or. Lost. Naruto looked around and saw nothing. He narrowed his eyes and walked off. He had no idea what this would mean for him in a few years. That will be all for this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below for more videos. Goodbye.